Well, hello. We're going to try this live and see if what I have done for this, whoops, you might see my fingers for a minute, okay, has worked. I'm hoping it did. And I hope we're not going to have another sideways video. All right, so hello. I'm Leslie with LuvINK&Paper, and something fun was on my front steps from my mail carrier yesterday, and that would be the October paper pumpkin. It came a lot quicker this time than it often does. So the one I am talking about is this one here, the October kit, called Nests of Christmas. Okay, so we still have some time to make sure you're signed up for November kit to get the cute little stockings. Okay, we have almost, well, not quite a month, but nearly. The other thing that we have is, or that I have, if you are in the US, I have 2 more kits. I bought 3 this month just because I figured it was going to be great. All right, so what do we have in here? So we're going to just unbox this, okay, and then I'll stamp one of each of the projects as the directions tell us to. While I am doing that, though, I will be using my bigger shaded spruce pad. So inside was a shaded spruce Stampin' spot, okay. I will likely use my Stampin' Seal adhesive as opposed to this wider tear and tape, okay. We'll see, that might come in handy. So here's the stamp set. Let me put it on this. I think it'll be a little bit easier to see. There we go. So we have the beautiful cardinal that you can stamp in color. Some berries, some little dots for background, a pine bough, Christmas, Merry, Happy Holidays, and joyful thoughts to you this season. Okay, so that could go maybe in the inside, whatever. All right, so set that aside. Let's open. So here are the 2 cards as they're designed. So you can see that they have frames around the edge. Okay, so we'll find out more about that in a minute, but you'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like 5 of each. So it looks like we're doing 10 cards this time. Yay. I did already open the tissue, but it's red this time to match the box, which is kind of cool. All right, let's open this up. Ooh, I'm seeing lots of pretty foil already. These are going to be beautiful. And I'm sure you know I'll probably cut things apart and all of that sort of thing when I do my alternates, probably next week. Not sure what day it will be next week. We'll have to see what I've got going. I think I have a massage scheduled and my regular live on Tuesday. All kinds of good stuff, so we'll see how that works, okay? All right, so we're going to get rid of all that plastic. We'll put that way down at the end of the table. We'll keep our instructions close by so we can sort. Here's our artwork for the, so you could put this in a stamp case or however you store your stamps, okay? So I'm going to actually just put that artwork back in the, I'm just noticing it's a little dark on this side of the table. That would be because my other light is not up and on. There we go. That's better. All right. So what else do we have? So we have the cardboard. That can go over there. All right. So let's see. We have some strips of ribbon. Let's take this out. I love that we get all these little Ziploc bags that keep everything nice and tidy. So we have some dimensionals, probably need those. We'll keep those close by. We have some little pieces of ribbon. Oh, look at these pretty envelopes. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. So the envelopes look to all be the same. Okay, so printed on the front and the flap, but not the inside. Okay, tuck those over there. We have some really pretty die cuts. Pine boughs, some with berries, some birds and things. Our cardinal, this looks like a chickadee maybe. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of die cuts. So no extras of those. Okay, sometimes if they can fit them, they give us extras. Here are the labels with the gold foil, or not gold, it's green. Oh, it starts with G, you know. I've been at school all day. All right, so we have the green foil around the tag with a banner cut at each end. Those are nice. And we do get 12. So you actually get 2 extras of those. All right. And, oh, so they're trifold. They're trifold cards. And the window comes out, which means already I now have a piece that's not designed to be used, but will be handy in our yep, I'll think of it in a second. Our alternatives. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, so we have a trifold card. All right, so we'll keep one of that base out. Aren't these pretty? This is a design in that Nests of Winter Designer Series paper. All right, then we have these beautiful green, ooh, with the pretty foil here. I'm gonna take, and so then we have this part, this piece that we don't need. Okay. There we go. All right, so we have 5 of those as well. Well, now we have 4, but you know what I mean. All right, let's see what our sort looks like here. Okay, here's our sort. Okay. So the one with the rectangle, this one, gets a label. Also gets the cardinal and this big greenery piece. Okay. All right, so the arched window one gets this little bird with the greenery, gets the other bird here, and it gets this piece of greenery. Okay, all right, so there's that, and it gets a label. Okay, there's our sort. Done. Okay, so let's see, what are we making first? Looks like we're making this cardinal card first, so let's put the other one out of the way. Okay, let's see. All right, let's leave this here. So it appears that we're going to be doing some stamping, which means I need some scrap paper. I had some here somewhere. There it is. There we go. Okay, so what they're suggesting that we do to give a little bit more fun to this is to take, oh, I didn't even see the red ribbon pieces in the sort. Do they both get them? Oh, they both get a piece. Okay. And they've sealed off the ends so they won't fray, which is nice. Okay. All right. So we're going to take our branch stamp. There we go. Put it on a block. Okay, remember I used my more ergonomic blocks. You may be using the block that came with your first kit, which is totally fine. Okay, so we're going to use our shaded spruce, and we're going to use this, and we're just going to add a little bit of greenery around the corners. Now, I am going to use, here we go. I'm just going to put a little piece of Post-it. I could fold this in a way that blocks this, but I find this is the easiest way to do this. Okay, so I'm gonna have that and this and a little up there. So that way this won't show up on the back of my card. Okay, then I'm going to show you a little trick to get these lined up. We are going to take our label. Okay, I'm going to put it on this just so you can see it a little easier, and it's easier for my eyes. I don't know if you know that trick, but if you have something dark where you're trying to stamp, it helps your eyes a little bit better. All right, so we need the Merry and the Christmas. So let's pull those. Now we can get that on the block all at one time, which is kind of a good thing. If we put first our Merry up here, like that, okay, and then our Christmas, oh, I think we can do it. Hang on, I might be lying. Nope, we can do it, I think. I'm going to stand up and do this so that I can... Hey, if you're out there watching, can you let me know if this is actually coming through in the correct orientation, or if you're having to turn your head and stand on your side or something crazy? Thanks. That'd be helpful. That way I just know. Not that I can do anything about it, mind you. But if you can, I'd love to know. All right, so let's tuck that Merry. Whoop, come on. It might just be easier to do these as separate stamps, but sometimes if you get the two stamps, oh, I'm pretty close to that edge. One more try. Hang on. I didn't look when I was lining that up. I mean, the stamps were lined up perfectly, but I didn't pick them up on the stamp, on the block the correct way. All right, let's try this again. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to go this way. There we go. Okay. So anyway, picking both stamps up at the same time just makes it a little easier. And then you can just stamp it down like that. Okay, so yeah, I think they probably did do it separately because the little bits of photopolymer were keeping this a little farther apart. I am not opposed to this, but if you want your Mary a little closer or nestled into your Christmas a little bit better like they show it in the directions, you can do them as separate stamps. Okay, I was just being a little bit lazy. Oh, thank you for letting me know, Melanie. I am glad it looks good. I am really tired of fighting with my technology. Okay, it looks like that's all the stamping we need to do. So let's close this up and set it aside so that we won't get everything all inky. And let's see what's next. They're talking to us about using this ribbon. Okay. So we're going to put some of that tear tape, and they did it just the width of the, or pretty close to the width of the ribbon, so it'll be nice and snug in there. So we'll just put a little bit of that. You know what? That's a little wide. I'm not sure I'm going to use that. I'm going to use a one from that I already had, and that way I can pull this one off right there, and then I can put another one on and overlap them a little bit, and that's okay. Won't hurt anything. And then we're going to put this across here. And it's just showing a little bit. It's just peeking out the littlest bit. I'm not sure that's the best use of that ribbon. So there will likely be some changes in my alternatives because I want to see more of that. So I may do it underneath or something. Okay. All right, then it looks like we're putting dimensionals just on 2 parts of this. So let's turn it upside down. And I can see here they want a dimensional here and a dimensional here. We must need to support it just on the frame, but leave it so it won't stick everything together. So let me get some that are already here. So we want to go here and here. Okay. And then we want 2 on our cardinal. 1 up by its head and 1 towards the sort of the endish of the body. Okay. All right. So now we can close this. We can take all my mess, so you don't have to look at it, out of the way. And I'm going to just give this a good crease. Because it's a trifold, it really wants to pop open. So we're going to just close that a bit. Okay. All right. So we've got our open this way. All right. So we want to have our, almost forgot those dimensionals on here. Okay. There we go. So this is going to go right on the inside upper corner so that you'll see it both when it's closed like this, but also when it opens. Okay. And in here might be where you want to put your inside greeting. That greeting, what did I do with it? Is it hiding under here? What did I do with that stamp set? Oh, here it is. These clear ones get lost on my table really super easy. So if you put Joyful Thoughts to You this season as the inside greeting, that might be really nice. Okay. All right, so let's put this back. Let's put our branch here. So I'm going to try and make sure, actually I'm going to tip this way so that, but it also needs to make sure that I fit it inside the envelope. You know what? I have a better idea about this. Hang on. I'm going to show you a tip. We're going to take these off. Good thing I have about 1 million. Let's use my adhesive remover and take this part off. I have a better plan. I think it's going to work out better. This way we have to guess what part is sticking. Okay. And you may or may not get it within the boundaries of the card so that it fits in the envelope. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our dimensionals and we're not going to put them on that. We're going to put them up here like that, and down here, and I might even need to cut that in half. Okay, and turn it into 2. Okay, because we don't want anything hanging outside the edge of the card or it won't fit in the envelope. Okay, so we want to make sure that everything is fitting in there. So we're going to do a very little one right here and a very little one right here. And that should get our piece stuck down pretty well. Let's try that. See if we can make sure that this does not stick out. Because if we're going to mail them, they got to fit, right? Okay, I think we got it. There. Okay. So now that's on there. It's not holding our card closed. You can't see the dimensionals, and nothing's hanging out over the edge. Phew, that was a lot to think about. Okay, so now we're going to put our cardinal on here. And we're going to have the tail stick down here. And try to make sure that, there we go. Okay. All right, well, this one mostly did. I'm going to, I don't have my embossing buddy with me. I'm going to just de-stickify that as much as I can. Okay. A good way to do that is if you have a spot that's still sticky, just you tap it with a little powder, like from your embossing buddy or something. So that's 2 tips. I'm just full of little tips today. Look at that. All right, so there's card number 1. Isn't that pretty? I have a feeling I know who that's going to. My mom loves cardinals. All right, so there's 1. Let's flip the directions here and see what we got going here. All right, so they're suggesting that we use this Joyful Thoughts on the outside, which is totally fine. That's kind of fun. So let's get that on a block. You know what? We might have to clean this one. Hang on. Let's put Merry and Christmas. back where they go. Okay. I'll grab this one. You know, I might, because I want to use that for the inside, I think I'm going to do the Happy Holidays. That's why they give us so many choices for the greetings, is because we can do whatever we want. All right, so it looks like all the stamping that we need for this one is just the label. We're not doing any stamping around the edge or anything like that. So let's get this folded down really well. Okay, burnish that down really, really, really well. Okay, so I'm gonna just see if I can, in case there's any film. Sometimes on the photopolymers, if you notice that the ink is beading up a little bit, it's just because in the process of making these stamps, sometimes there's a little bit of residue that stays around. I'm going to take my own advice and bring my silicone mat in just so that I can see that a little better. And stand up so I can get it centered. Okay. Here we go. There. Okay. So that's all that stamping. That was pretty easy. Now we just have... So they're going to do that thing where they want this red to hide behind there. I don't think they gave us enough. So I'm going to try something else. And I think I can make this work. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try folding this with a little bit of adhesive. You can use the Stampin' seal, the Stampin', the tear and tape that they gave you in the kit if you want. I'm just going to do that like that. And then I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive, and I will use a little piece of this because it's here. So I'll put a little piece right there. So a tiny change to the design, not much, just a little. Just can't leave well enough alone. I know. Okay, I'm gonna put that like that. I think a little more of the red shows. Another way you could use it is to take a piece of this ribbon and instead of putting it through the middle, put it underneath. So that it sticks out the bottom, perhaps. That might work. I might do that with some of the others. All right, so we're going to put this in here. Okay, it looks like it wants to be pretty much right about there, I think. Maybe up a little bit more. That's probably good. So we'll put the dimensionals on the back here. Okay. And I do sometimes use the dimensionals to help hold those kinds of things in place by putting them partway on like that. Helps. Okay. Pretty sure you guys can't even imagine how happy I am that this fix that I read about is working for the sideways thing. I was getting seriously frustrated. So, all right, there we go. Now let's add our So this piece is going to come up here. So again, I'm going to put my dimensionals up here so that I make sure that I stay within here. Okay, so it looks like, and I might use some of these edge pieces that are a little bit smaller. Okay, so here's a little bit that I want to put kind of right under here, like that. And then I want a little bit over here and maybe one right here. All right, so we're going to put one here. And we're going to put one, where else is that going? Okay, so down here. And I'm just going to use a little piece down here. So let's get these two. Let's figure that out. And then I'm going to slide this one in right under here. Just like that. Okay, so we have that up there. Then we're going to attach our two birds. Okay, so this one is going to go this way, right? So we're going to need a little bit down here in this corner. It's suggesting, I don't know. I have an idea. All right, this one can have a whole one right under here. Okay, that can have a whole one. The rest, that probably only needs a half, like this. Okay. Yep. Okay. And then, since I have them here on my table, I have some mini dimensionals from another kit. You can just, or you can buy them in the online store. I'm going to just put one right there. Okay. All right. So let's get this tucked so that I hide all of my adhesive. There we go. Okay, and now we want this other bird over here, and we want it popped up as well. So we're going to put, where's this going? Whoop, gotta make sure it's inside our card. There we go. All right, so we can have one down here, small piece. Okay, put a little piece down here. And then we'll put one up here for the bird, because it will be well supported. Okay. Yep, I hid it. It's not showing, and it's not sticking. More importantly, it's not sticking. Good. Okay. So there we go. That's all of them. That's both of them. I like that they gave us more cards and fewer designs, so that's nice. I like, where'd my other one go? Oh, here it is. I love these trifold cards. Those are really fun. And so lots of things that I love about these cards. Throw a comment in there. What do you like about it? I can't wait to pull out my Nests of Winter designer series paper and perhaps even that stamp set. Although we do have this nice bird here if we really want to color. So lots of fun things, I'm sure, that I will be able to come up with for the alternatives. So I will look forward to seeing you watch. I'll try to do an announcement and let you know when it will be, but probably either Tuesday afternoon or Wednesday afternoon are more likely to be the days that I will jump on live and do some alternatives and share those with you. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for joining me. I am so glad we were not sideways this time, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.